everybody, welcome back to our channel Autistic Multiple Life. This channel was created to erase stigma around autism and dissociative identity disorder and other conditions in dissociative spectrum and other type of neurodiversities. And today I want to speak about mindfulness or meditation and breathing exercise. First, what I mean when I speak about meditation, I mean this kind of technique to still grounded, to still here and now. This technique that pay most attention to your body, to your breath, to your feeling in this moment. I don't speak about some esoterical stuff or religious stuff. And it's very important. What I want to say, like a system, we have a big problem of understanding that our body is our body. I mean, this kind of problem of understanding our senses all the time, because many alters spend many time in the inner world. But meditation actually really helps us. Also, like transgender people, most of the guys in the system are trans people. And we live in a woman body, but we don't feel like we are women. I mean, Ayman don't feel like Ayman is woman. I am Abu Hamza, I don't feel like I'm a woman. So we're transgender and we have gender dysphoria, and I think our splitting started because of gender dysphoria of Ayman when Ayman was a kid. So like many transgender people, we don't have this kind of good attitude with our body and good understanding with our body, with our senses, because our senses became less strong because of gender dysphoria. We kind of teach ourselves not pay much attention to body because it caused harm. The same way was about family abuse, because Ayman was faced to eat rotten food in family, and Ayman sometimes was beaten by their parents. And this was other reason, and all this traumatizing situation in school was other reason why we don't stay here now. We don't still grounded for years, and we don't used to pay more attention to your body, because, for example, if you have to eat rotten food, it's not very kind of wise decision to pay more attention of your feeling of taste of this food in this moment, if you don't have any opportunity and have to eat this food. And so because all of that, we don't have good connection with our body, and we have strong anxiety, we have obsessive compulsive disorder, and most of our problem like anxiety or depression was not because of unpleasant feeling. We think it was just because of thoughts, and we're thinking that okay, maybe if you can do something with our thoughts we would feel better. But in reality it's more like about hormones that we have in our body. It was about of kind of take more comfortable position, take some deep breaths, and understand what's going on in this moment, not be in trigger, not be in an anxious thoughts, not be in some scary thoughts that appeared because of depression, but stay here and now. And the stuff actually really help us. It first, when, for example, our therapist was speaking just about breathing, we were thinking, okay, it's some weird stuff, but we don't have any opportunity, we just give it a chance. But all this meditation stuff, we're thinking that it's about esoteric more ways. But we use some meditation techniques, small meditation technique like body scan, understanding what you feel in different parts of your body, or like concentration of some object to deal with an anxiety. And it was very quick result. Actually, not actually quick, but for years in an anxiety it was a quick result for maybe 3 months, when our life actually became more easy. And this was one of the reasons why we couldn't find the system, we couldn't find what actually going on in our head. Now we're starting to have a fully meditation. I mean, we're using Headspace app. You could find Headspace app or any other app in downloaded to your phone, I don't know. Most of the time we meditated like half an hour every day. and it was the only stuff that helped us to survive somewhere in this very difficult week. It was when our 3 months ago, when our alter, one of our alter tried to kill us. Actually, when we found this meditation, we started to cured from this feeling, cured from this kind of situation after that. And recently, when we found out that Ayman don't have memory of many things that was going on in our life, in Ayman's life, that only the only Verba, the Salter, who was completely unstable, had this memory. It was very heartbroken, I think. And in many ways, meditation helped us survive during this 2 week of condition that was very close to depression, near 2 weeks. And I don't know how we would understand what's going on if not meditation, especially because this one of our persecutor, Alta, could try to use this situation against us. And actually what meditation is good at, it's good at not just dealing with anxiety, but it's good at understanding of your system, at least in our case. Because in our case, it really helped us to realize when this guy who believes that he, Jesus Christ, is near and tries to punish us, just half an hour in the morning help us all day long to understand when this guy is near us. It's really was like miracle. And when this guy using some our thoughts to make it more negative and more stronger, and it really was, I don't know, like miracle. Also, we started to understand how it feels when different alters control the body. It means that we started, for example, to notice that Abu Umar have this kind of deep breathing, and Verba most of the time have very shallow way of breathing. That they feel an anxiety in different way. We started to notice this stuff. Also, we started to have more grounded and became more stronger when we have some unpleasant news or when we have some kind of raw on conflict situation. Yeah, it's really helped. Also, it's helped not just with system life and grounding and anxiety. In our life, it could be paradoxical in some way, but it helps with gender dysphoria, because we better understand how the gender dysphoria works, so we better understand what to do with it. We couldn't just ignore it. We understand if we need binder, we understand, for example, what kind of knickers we need. We understand some stuff about sexual practice that we don't thinking about before. We started to make some kind of exercises with imagination. At first it was like imagine that sunlights, imagine this kind of sunlight that help you to calm down, that help your muscles soften. And in the same way we started to imagine that our body change when we need it, when we need to feel more comfortable, that our body is more male. It then actually helps. Also, we have the very weird result of this meditation. We don't even know that it's possible. We understand that Mowgli, the first little altar that we have in our system, he was split when Ayman was 4 years old, near 4 years old. That Mowgli have this kind of better connection with body and with world around, because Mowgli don't have gender dysphoria. When Ayman parents push Ayman to call themselves a girl, we kind of lost this understanding of our own body. And Mowgli, some meditation, some deep breathing exercises, or like pay attention to your breath, or exercises, pay attention to some kind of object near you, like made some kind of flashbacks in Mowgli past, in our past that we're thinking that we don't remember. In past of Ayman and Mowgli, when they was not splitting yet and was like 3 years old, we remember some stuff from our old flat. We remember some good memories that we think that was lost. I don't know how clear this memory is, if they changed or not, but this kind of familiar condition is real. And this kind of emotion was certain real. So we don't remember what kind of adult whose legs was near us when we were sitting on the floor and playing, I don't know, with some kind of nuts or toy in this moment. We don't know maybe who was near, but we knew we could feel this feeling again. We better understand how we would understand our life if we don't have gender dysphoria most of our life. If our parents would trust and respect our gender identity. And I think it's important experience. Also, it became more easy to connect, to remember some stuff in our past, even unpleasant stuff, and understand that no, the stuff wasn't healthy. Because when you started to better understand, for example, when you're tired, and after meditation, after paying more attention to your body, you started to better understand when you're tired, or when you're noxious, or when some persecutor tried to interrupt you, persecutor alter, better understand this border between inside and outside world. You started actually to better understand this stuff about some unpleasant feeling. For example, when our parents force us to eat old rotten food, like this kind of seafood that was prepared 4 days ago, and we understand how wrong it was in feeling ways. So it's really help us with dysphoria, with understanding of system, with dealing with anxiety, and with dealing with stress now, and with understanding our past and our memories. And me and our psychotherapists and all this coaching, Headspace app and other meditation teachers, they will tell you that it's no quick result. It's really no quick result. And actually, in our way, it was kind of 2 years of psychotherapy with using some kind of small meditation technique. And after that, it was a month and a half of using this Headspace app. If you on using it regularly every day, and from 15 minutes to an hour, and different alter use it. We use it in different periods, and I think the most important kind of lessons how to use it. It's not rush, and not try to do it in kind of perfect way, because it's not perfect way to understand your mind, because your mind does like it is. The more important stuff to just see your mind as it is, because before you see it, you couldn't change anything. Before you see it, how it worked and what's going on, you couldn't actually be here now. And it's first year your mind would be clouded up. You need to pay your attention back to the body, let go of your thoughts, come to the body again. And even now, sometimes we have very difficult days when it's very difficult for us to meditate, but we continue. And all these results that I say, yet for example, we don't always understand this kind of strong boundary between inside and outside emotion. We don't always see when persecutor alter try to do something very clearly. We don't always have this deep understanding of our past emotions. It just started to appear more and more. So it's not the end of the journey. It's just like, I think, a journey for all your life. And I am not an expert. I just said how it's really helped our system. So, okay, thank you so much for your attention. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to make it more visible. See you next time. Bye.